The last time you were here, you had begun a new series. It wasn't on the air at that point. Things going all right? You still enjoying yourself doing The Odd Couple?
Yes, I remember that was pretty recently when I was here with you, and we'd already made about 10 or 12 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying to you that they were throwing their arms around us and kissing us and saying, "Thank you for giving us the biggest hit we've ever had," and it wasn't on the air yet, and I was worried about it. Well, now we're on the air, and I must say that I'm proud of the way things are going.
I've read some great reviews. of the show.
The reviews read as if they were written by Jack Klugman's mother and me. They're almost too good to be true. But
It's based on the Neil Simon play, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. It's terribly funny. I am proud of it.
He's fun to work with, too, I imagine, isn't he?
He's a doll. I've never met a nicer man.
You know, today we're so glad that you could be with us. As you know, so far this week we've had on the show Phyllis Diller and
Ward
her
Donovan.
husband Ward Donovan, and we had Tiny Tim and Miss Vicky, and we had Baltimore third baseman Brooks Robinson and his lovely wife Connie. So let's bring out your better half, Tony, shall we? I pronounced your name Klugman, and you like...
Yeah, I always say Klugman, but the correct pronunciation is Klugman. From
Klugman.
Klugman, which is a smart man. But
Are you, Jack?
He's
No.
a brilliant man.
Is
no,
he?
Yes.
yeah,
He's a brilliant,
the thing is,
extraordinarily well-educated man who affects a rough exterior.
That's true.
the heart of gold. Not really. No, I'm not really. Thank you, though, Tony. I'm not
You-
really very bright.
You want to see this audience come to life? Where are you from, Jack?
South Philadelphia. And I want to tell you, it's the best place in the world to come from. I don't mean it that way. Really, I go around all the time. I laugh all the time. I have a barber that I go to, Tony, on 7th of Mars.
Still?
Still go. I drive 150 miles to come and get a haircut from him.
Why?
Well, I love him, and he makes everybody Italian. I did a show with Celeste Holm, and he said, "Hey, I saw you in that show with Celeste Holm." I said, "Tony, she's not Italian, but everybody's Italian with him." And all the guys, and just the names. I was
What guys?
thinking,
What are some of the names that you remember?
well, you got Johnny Snake, Joe Boop, Slinky, Chooch, Sugar, Ozzy, Rubber.
There's a Chooch in every
Chooch,
neighborhood.
Right,
isn't
there's one.
Always a guy with a voice like that, too.
Chooch.
What about
Why
Fat
is it-
Leonard? What would you know? Fat Lenny.
That
Lenny?
was, yeah, Fatty Leonard.
Fatty.
He hung himself in jail. That wasn't very fun. But all the...
You
Well,
really
they
know
got
how
a
to
nice
bring it
line.
right up.
Bring it
Tony.
right up. No, but
Bring it
there were a
right-
lot of, but all the guys, and Rubber and Johnny Boozy and all the guys, and they're still the closest friends that I have are the guys that I was brought up with in South Philly. It was a whole
It's
different...
always that way. Have either of you ever gone to class reunions? Sometimes those things can be very depressing, can't they? When they. at the
I won't
class?
do it.
Why, Tony?
I don't want to gloat. All those gorgeous girls who refused to date me in high school are now fat old bats.
How do you know, Tony? You go back and check.
I know what they look like. I know how old they all are. They're all older than I am. I was the youngest kid in my class.
Why? Were you exceptionally bright?
Yes.
Is it- yeah. Have you two ever worked together before this series?
Yeah, once.
Where, in the play?
No, it was a
Something for Fred Coe.
summer replacement for Philco, live television.
Oh.
Those were the days. And
Were they ever?
We did a comedy. I played a gangster, and he played...
I played a man building a house, as I remember, and the gangster came and hid out in the frame of the house, something like that.
20 years ago.
You both had done The Odd Couple on stage before.
But not
going into
together,
this-
that's
Not
right.
together, but you had done it.
Oh, well. Jack played it for a year in London, where
Yeah, I opened it in London.
he was the American ambassador to London.
It got the best reviews an American play has gotten there in 40 years. They don't really like American products. They call them... No, they don't.
The musicals
They
every year,
call
it's a hit
them...
one.
Well, even then, if they come over right away, if they're stalled, they say you're treating us like a stepchild. And they always talk like, they say, machine-made comedies. They don't really appreciate them. But Odd Couple, we toured. We went up to Manchester and Leeds, and it's North Country up there. And everyone, not many people came, but those that did come loved it. It was so identifiable.
Tony, you play Felix Unger, and Jack plays
Oscar Madison.
Oscar Madison. Would you describe each other's characters for us?
Well,
You describe his, and you describe Jack's.
to me, he's the Jewish mother who's always doing the right thing, but it infuriates you because you don't want it done, but they're doing it for your good. That's right. See, it's that. I had a story once. My mother, rest her soul, is 88 years old and lives here in Philadelphia.
Tell the
Lives for
thing
me.
your mother said to you that time. That we borrowed the line in the last show we shot.
Oh,
Why don't you?
sorry.
Yeah.
Once I wanted to go out when I was a kid. I was about 15 or 16, and I had a date, but I wasn't feeling well, and she didn't want me to go out. And it was a big date, and I had to go. So I had to get out, and I went, and she said, no, you can't. I said, Ma. She said, go ahead, hit me. You've done everything else. You know what that does? That guilt starts here. It goes here. But I must say, in case you will say, that she's the most marvelous lady. I went through 6 children she raised, all proud. I'm proud of every one of them.
You the
I'm the
middle-
baby.
The baby?
The well, she's 88. She'll be 88. My oldest brother is about 63 now, I guess, or so.
You're the baby. You describe Jack's character, okay?
He's a very troubled, extraordinarily sensitive man who covers his anxieties and guilts and feelings of incompletion with a compulsive sloppiness and humor. He's not a slob. He just shoves everything that's troubling him in life into one great pile.
I love that.
And have you seen the bedroom I'm living in? It's a big pile.
But it's all surface. Underneath, it's just his way of shuffling off his problems and his trouble. He just throws things and doesn't look at them. But he's a very troubled man.
I guess that's where I am in life, too, because my wife
Are
says,
you
you got to
Jack?
stop throwing everything in one place. I am a slob, yeah.
You don't look sloppy at all.